Sandy. Thanks for holding on. You are on the air.
Hi there. Thank you for taking my call. I just thought it was of interest. I don't know, about a year ago, I made a typo on one of my payroll tax returns with our wonderful IRS.
Yep.
I was notified about it in May of this year when I received a refund check because money that should have gone to one quarter, they thought I overpaid. So anyways, all that to say, I returned the check. This was in May. The first time when I called to figure out how to resolve this issue, I waited on the phone, on hold, to talk to an IRS person for no lie, 92 minutes.
Yep.
92 minutes to tell somebody that I made a typo. When I told them I made the typo, they told me what to do and to send it back in. I sent it back in. I just received confirmation. This is after 3 harassing letters telling me that they would begin garnishing our payments that we received from the Department of Energy for our business. Got letters harassing us, telling us that if we didn't pay back money that we owed for this other quarter where, I made a typo. I put it in the wrong quarter. All of this to say they are already processing at a rate of their return mail is taking more than 180 days to make it from their mailroom to an IRS representative's desk.
Yeah, well, no, it's because it's antiquated, and their solutions are still antiquated too. I mean, if they really do believe that there's this money out there that is, whether it's too complicated of a system or people just aren't filing correctly, and it's that much $7 trillion, do you need 80,000 new employees? Or maybe you should figure out a better system, a more autonomous system, an easier system, instead of allowing the individuals who have biases this kind of unfettered access. These are, this is like deputizing 80,000 new people as law enforcement. And once they get that access, once you give Washington access like this, you're going to be in serious trouble. Now, we do have someone calling in who thinks we are not being accurate. Monty in Oregon on line 3. Hey, Monty, you're on Sekulow.
Yeah, thanks for taking my call. What I wanted to do is just briefly share that, yes, I believe that there is a little bit of hyperbole going on here. My background is that I worked for the IRS for 28 years. 10 of that is at tax legislation, specializing in complex tax law, and the last 15 as a senior field collector for the Internal Revenue Service. So I know what you're talking about. I agree with some of it, but I believe that there's a little bit of hyperbole here.
Where is the hyperbole?
Well, the hyperbole, first of all, is that, what I'm hearing is that there's really a desire to vilify the Internal Revenue Service. And I would point out that the Internal Revenue Service is the most efficient federal agency in existence, and also the most heavily regulated.
Well, I don't want money. I'm not being overly critical of people like you who work for these agencies 20 years out in the field. You're doing your job. You're working hard, and you're trying to follow the rules. This is Washington, D.C. IRS. This is kind of like headquarters at IRS. And the idea is that I think we vilify the IRS because they deserve it. I don't think it's not hyperbole. We've been in court. They got caught going after organizations because of their political views, and they still were doing it last year. Last year they did it because, you're a Christian group, that must mean you're a Republican group. But the term Republican, they made their own term sheet, and they used a D to represent Republican, trying to confuse you with their text. They have been shown to be bad actors. I'm not saying it's all over. Remember, we saw Lois Lerner tried to blame the Cincinnati field office, Andy. They try to blame the people like Monty who work out in the field, who actually are trying to do their job. But it's the Washington, D.C. actors who set the rules of the game, the be on the lookout list, and that is who we're concerned about. I don't think it's it's kind of like with the issues we have with the FBI under Comey. It was the 7th floor. It wasn't the FBI agents out in the field. It was Washington, D.C.
I want to say to Monty, when I was with the U.S. Attorney's Office, I worked with IRS revenue agents and CID agents, and they were some of the finest people that I have ever worked with, and they are very good at what they do. What we are saying is the legislation that the Democrats are pushing right now is not that. It's not aimed at attacking how good an IRS or revenue agent is. It is to keep the federal government, through the IRS, from looking at how we spend our money. That's our business, how we spend our money.